Today I'm going to talk about porcelain. Porcelain is not fashionable today to many of us, including me. It makes us think about old and kitsch decorations that we could find at our grandmother's home, and clearly something that has been out of favor for 2 or 3 generations. But this is a shame, and I want to talk about it because first, I like old things, and I also like the material itself, its beauty. I'm going to talk about it. Its sound, its hardness, but at the same time, its fragility. And the most important point is that the history of porcelain is truly epic, and I'm going to show you this. So, if we start with our story, this will take us almost 2000 years back to China, where porcelain was born. And actually the first wares that were made in a material close to porcelain date as back as minus 1500, minus 1000 before Christ. Even though in those times the recipe of the material was quite different to what we call porcelain today. But the principle was here, and the principle was basically to make ceramics using clay that was mixed with other ingredients, then turned into objects, vases, plates, or any decorative object, and then transformed into the final material through an exposure to very high temperatures. In the case of porcelain, we are talking about temperatures above 1000 degrees Celsius. After these first proto-porcelain objects appeared, the techniques were progressively improved by the Chinese, and 1000 years later, in the 1st and 2nd centuries, we have wares of ceramic that can truly be called porcelain as we know it today, which means a material with a very strong resistance, a strong hardness, and at the same time fragility, because the objects that are made of porcelain are generally very thin and can easily be broken. An important step was reached between the 7th and the 10th centuries during the Tang dynasty in China, because this is the period where, for the first time, porcelain started to be exported outside China. And it was essentially exported by Muslim traders who were in this time beginning to connect Asia with the Middle East, and at a later stage they would even connect the Middle East with the West, controlling the trade route between China and Europe. And this is how the first pieces of Chinese porcelain reached the Western world, and they came from so far with so many intermediaries that they were objects of incredibly high price and luxury for the Europeans. Another very central evolution was or took place because of this connection with the Muslim world. From the following dynasty, the Mings, one of the famous Chinese dynasties, China started to produce a very distinctive kind of wares with this white and blue objects of incredible refinement. The Ming dynasty are the first centuries of the second millennium, 11th, 12th, 13th centuries, and in my opinion, to this day, these Ming pieces are the top of refinement and beauty in porcelain. I even think they are among the most aesthetic and harmonious objects ever created by man. There are various types of Ming porcelains, but as I said, these white and blue vases in particular are incredible, and I propose you to watch some of these objects. I particularly like this deep harmony between white and blue, the simplicity of this bicolorism, together with the incredible refinement of motifs that are painted, and the shapes of these objects are incredibly harmonious too. We wouldn't want to see them different. They have perfect curves. They have perfect proportions. And still today, China continues to produce these white and blue wares that are distinctive of its know-how in porcelain making. blue color is an innovation for Chinese porcelain, and I was telling you that the connection with the Middle East had been crucial because this blue color comes from cobalt, and cobalt was exported to China by the Muslim merchants that were buying Chinese vases and objects to bring them back to their own trade centers on the Arabic Peninsula or in the Indian Ocean before they eventually continued their travel to Turkey, to Venice, to Italy, France, Germany, England. Chinese porcelain was highly praised in Europe. These were objects of incredible luxury, so rather quickly several European countries started to be interested in trying to imitate or develop their own porcelain production. The first attempt was in the 17th century, at the beginning of the 17th century, in Italy, in the city of Florence in particular, where a production of faience tried to imitate Chinese perfection when it came to this kind of wares. The success was limited, but research continued in various European countries, especially in Germany, in France, and in England, to try and discover the secrets of porcelain production. The main secret was the type of clay used in the production. The clay that allows to make porcelain is called kaolin, and it is the discovery of this secret that would permit the beginning of porcelain production in Europe. The first researchers that discovered really the secret were from Germany, in Saxony, a city called Meissen, which today still is a name representing excellence in terms of porcelain fabrication. In 1706, they found a way to produce a ceramic that was very similar to Chinese ones by mixing kaolin with a mineral called alabaster that they found in a mine in Saxony. A few years later, in 1712, a French Jesuit came back from China, where he had been able to discover the fabrication secrets, and in particular the use of kaolin in the production. And this dramatically modified the production capacity in Europe in the first years of the 18th century, since in particular the porcelains from Meissen had appeared. There was like a technological race between various groups of searchers that were making experiments, and suddenly the fabrication secrets became public. And from that point, production started to grow dramatically in two countries in particular. In England, where in the years 1710 and 1720 various porcelain makers appeared, and British porcelain was recognized for its excellent quality. The originality of the production process in England was the use of bone ash in the fabrication. The second country where porcelain also proved very successful was France, where the king founded a manufacture in a city called Vincennes near Paris, that would later be moved to Sèvres, also close to Paris. And this porcelain of Sèvres would be central in the definition of European taste for porcelain in the 18th century. Until the end of the 18th century, porcelain remained a luxury product, and bit by bit in the 19th century, production continued in China and even grew, because it was still appreciated in other parts of the world, who were importing a lot of Chinese porcelain that was especially designed to be sold to foreigners. And in Europe too, it increasingly became an object desired by the emerging middle class, and was extremely fashionable until the beginning of the 20th century. Porcelain declined then as a decorative material because of the emergence of competing materials that were much cheaper, because of the evolution in taste. But still today you have a group of collectors that passionately try to assemble collections of Ming porcelain in particular, or European porcelain from the 18th century. The world capital city of porcelain still is in China today, the city of Zen, from which many of these works of art almost came. And this is a city where this tradition is being continued with an incredible know-how that started to be accumulated almost 3,000 years ago. I hope you found this story interesting and that you appreciated the images. That will be all for today. Bye bye, my friends.